Have you ever felt that familiar tightness in your chest, that almost electric buzz of anxiety when you're about to walk into a crowded room? Maybe it's a party where you only know a handful of people, or a networking event where everyone seems so confident and connected. Or perhaps it's something as simple as ordering a coffee in a busy cafe, feeling all eyes on you as you stumble over your words. You're definitely not alone. Shyness and social anxiety are incredibly common, and they can cast a long shadow over how we experience the world. These feelings can make us question ourselves, doubt our worth, and hold us back from opportunities and connections that could truly enrich our lives. But here's the empowering truth. Shyness and social anxiety are not personality flaws or unchangeable destinies. They're challenges, yes, but challenges we can absolutely overcome. And today we're going to explore exactly how to do that. We'll uncover the psychology behind these feelings, shine a light on why they arise, and most importantly, equip you with practical strategies to step out of the shadows and into your own confident light. Now, one of the biggest hurdles we face when it comes to social anxiety is this sneaky little phenomenon called the spotlight effect. It's this almost universal human tendency to overestimate how much other people are actually noticing us. We walk into a room and suddenly feel like we're on a stage, with everyone's attention laser-focused on our every move, judging our every word, analyzing our every outfit choice. But the reality is, they're not. Think about it this way. Have you ever been at a social gathering, maybe a friend's birthday party, and noticed someone spill their drink or trip over a rug? Maybe you chuckled to yourself, or maybe you felt a pang of empathy for them. But did you spend the rest of the night dissecting their every move, whispering about their clumsiness to other guests? Probably not. You probably noticed it, maybe even offered a helping hand, and then moved on with your evening. And that's exactly what others do with our perceived flaws and blunders. They simply don't dwell on them the way we do. Our minds have a way of magnifying our own insecurities, making them seem far more significant than they actually are to anyone else. It's like looking at yourself in a funhouse mirror. The reflection is distorted, exaggerated, and doesn't accurately represent who you truly are. To really drive this point home, let's look at some fascinating research. A study by Thomas Gilovich, a Cornell University psychologist, had students wear embarrassing Barry Manilow t-shirts before entering a room full of their peers. They then estimated how many people in the room would notice the shirt. The students guessed around half, but in reality, only about 20% of the people even remembered seeing the shirt. This demonstrates just how much we overestimate the attention others pay to us. So how do we start to break free from this illusion of the spotlight? How do we overcome the fear and anxiety that keep us trapped in the shadows of social situations? Well, a big part of the answer lies in understanding a concept called limbic friction. Our brains are incredible, complex organs that have evolved over millions of years to protect us from harm. When we encounter a situation that feels threatening, even if it's not a true life or death situation, our limbic system kicks into gear. This is the ancient part of our brain responsible for our emotions and survival instincts. It triggers the fight or flight response, flooding our bodies with adrenaline and cortisol, those chemicals that prepare us to either confront the threat head-on or run away as fast as we can. Now, in the context of social situations, this limbic friction can manifest as that familiar anxiety, fear, self-doubt that urge to avoid interacting altogether. It's that feeling of discomfort that makes you want to blend into the wallpaper, to stay silent even when you have something to say, to avoid eye contact. But here's the crucial thing. Limbic friction is not a sign of weakness or failure. It's simply a signal that our brains need to adapt and learn how to navigate these challenging social situations. It's like our internal alarm system going off, but sometimes it's triggered by false alarms. And how do we teach our brains to distinguish between a real threat and a perceived one? How do we rewire those neural pathways to create a calmer, more confident response to social situations? That's where the powerful concept of exposure therapy comes into play. Exposure therapy is a gradual, systematic process of facing your fears in a controlled and safe environment. It's about gently nudging yourself outside your comfort zone, starting with small, manageable steps, and gradually increasing the difficulty as you become more comfortable. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You wouldn't attempt to summit Mount Everest on your first climb, right? You'd start with smaller hills, gradually building your strength and skills until you're ready for the bigger challenges. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, you might start by practicing your presentation in front of a mirror. Then, you might try delivering it to a small group of close friends or family members. As you gain confidence, you could join a public speaking club like Toastmasters, where you can practice in a supportive and encouraging environment. And eventually, you might find yourself confidently delivering that presentation to a large audience. The key to exposure therapy is to approach it with patience, self-compassion, and a healthy dose of humor. Don't expect to conquer all your fears overnight. It's a journey, not a sprint. Celebrate each small victory along the way, acknowledge your courage for even taking that first step, and remember that setbacks are a normal part of the process. They're opportunities to learn and grow, not signs of defeat. Now, as you continue to expose yourself to social situations, something amazing starts to happen. You'll notice that your anxiety begins to decrease. You'll start to feel more comfortable, more confident in your ability to handle these interactions. This is because your brain is learning that these situations are not actually threatening. It's adapting, rewiring itself, creating new neural pathways that allow you to navigate social situations with greater ease and confidence. This process of overcoming challenges and emerging stronger on the other side is what's known as anti-fragility. It's a fascinating concept coined by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, and it's the opposite of fragility. While fragile things break under pressure, anti-fragile things actually become stronger. Think of a muscle. When you lift weights, you're creating tiny tears in the muscle fibers, but as the muscle heals, it becomes stronger and more resilient. And that's exactly what you're doing as you face your fears and step outside your comfort zone. You're building anti-fragility, strengthening your ability to handle the inevitable ups and downs of life, including those sometimes tricky social interactions. Now, as you embark on this journey of overcoming shyness and social anxiety, it's important to remember that self-care plays a crucial role. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating a healthy diet, and exercising regularly. These things might seem unrelated, but they have a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. When you're well-rested, your mind is sharper, your focus is clearer, and you're better able to handle stress. When you're nourishing your body with healthy foods, you're providing it with the fuel it needs to function optimally, including those neurochemicals that regulate your mood and emotions. And when you're physically active, you're releasing endorphins, those natural mood boosters that can help to alleviate anxiety and improve your overall sense of well-being. So make self-care a priority, not an afterthought. It's not selfish, it's an essential part of building resilience and equipping yourself to face challenges, both social and otherwise. And finally, let's talk about the reactions of others. Often, we get so caught up in our own heads, worrying excessively about what others will think of us. We fear judgment, criticism, rejection, but the truth is, people are far less concerned with our actions than we imagine. They have their own lives, their own insecurities, their own battles to fight. They're not spending their time analyzing our every move or judging our every word. So try to let go of that need for constant approval. Focus on being authentic, on connecting with others genuinely, and on expressing yourself freely. Remember, the journey of overcoming shyness and social anxiety is a personal one. It's about discovering your own strengths, facing your fears, and building a life filled with meaningful connections. It's about embracing your unique self and shining brightly in the world. So, take that first step. Challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone, even if it's just a small step. Embrace the limbic friction, knowing that it's a sign of growth and adaptation. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are countless others who have walked this path before you, and there are many resources available to support you along the way. Believe in yourself, embrace the challenge, and watch as you transform your life, one social interaction at a time. Start small. Maybe it's smiling at a stranger in the grocery store, striking up a conversation with a coworker, or finally accepting that invitation to a social gathering. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a victory, Each time you face your fear, you're rewiring your brain, building confidence, and moving closer to the vibrant, connected life you deserve. And as you continue on this journey, remember this. The world needs your unique voice, your perspective, your contributions. Don't let shyness or social anxiety dim your light. Embrace the challenge, step into your power, and let your authentic self shine.